I've heard it said there's 2 dates on a tombstone. And they don't really mean much. It's that dash in between where life is lived. I've had different thoughts on how I would live my life out, that dash of my life, until one day things really changed. Now I'm learning and I'm trusting really what it means to say, God's got this.
I was born in Germany while my dad was serving in the United States Army, soon to return home to Ohio. After we came back to the States in the early 70s, my sister Dee was born. We moved around to New York and Pennsylvania until we finally settled back in Ohio, where I ended up graduating high school. I was fresh out of high school as a frustrated and mixed-up teenager. I was just running, and I didn't know where. I guess you could say I saw the light, and I joined the United States Army. I joined the infantry with a great friend. We had hopes of seeing the world, and that maybe, somehow, I would find what I was looking for. I got stationed in California, and I was always the life of the party. However, I very quickly and unfortunately, easily began to replace all of my frustrations. My substitute was alcohol, a ton of drugs, and relationships. Relationships that definitely, well, they weren't for the best. But he was still there. Then, one night, in the middle of a full moon in the Mojave Desert in Fort Irwin, California, the NTC, a friend shared words with me that night that literally changed my life forever. We prayed and I gave my life, my heart, my everything to Jesus Christ. That's what I've been learning as God's got this moments. After being introduced to Jesus Christ, it wasn't much longer that he brought a woman into my life. I prayed that God would send me someone, and someone much different than all the rest. He did. And Robin actually loved Jesus first way more than she loved me. Shortly after the Gulf War, we made a decision to get out of the military, to pursue a degree in ministry, become a pastor, and my wife pursued a degree in physical therapy. We haven't had a textbook marriage. Most of the good in our relationship, well, it was just forged from a lot of mistakes and pain, mostly from decisions I made. Despite me, God blessed us with 2 very incredible children, both so much in love with Jesus, and blessed mine and Robin's hearts. For nearly 3 decades, God has used us in many different ways. We've seen many different churches, and I've had the honor to travel the world, serve in, and build churches as a pastor and leader for all these years. And through all the ups and downs in that ministry world, we now can clearly see it was God teaching us the same message again and again. Then our world was turned upside down just a few years ago. I know what it feels like to be in a war, and I know what it feels like to be a soldier. But this time, I've been shot. I've been shot in a war against humanity by an enemy I know all too well. I've been shot with a slow fading stage 4 bullet called cancer. See, I've always tried to live my life in a way that I could serve Christ, be a witness for Him, and share my faith with others. I've never really expected to hear the words, "Mr. Crump, you have cancer." See, I've taken some time and reflected on many things in my life, many things I thought God was preparing me for at certain times for certain things. Many times my frustration and anger, even against God, for why He didn't allow certain things to happen at certain times. But now looking back, all I can see, what He's been preparing me for, I'd like to share my story. My name is Matt Crump. I have cancer, but it doesn't have me. And there's one reason.